بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأراضين عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We continue our discussion about different types of hearts, and we said there are three types. We already discussed the first two types. One was the one which is in a very good condition, purified and developed with taqwa. The other one was the one which is used to doing bad things and committing sins. This is also what we discussed, and according to Ghazali, that was when, unfortunately, even Aql is bribed and gives bad advice. Of course, we, based on the Quran, have another view about Aql, and we believe that Aql is Hujjah, and Aql never gives bad advice. Aql never betrays. Even the Quran says about the people who go to hell, لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير. So they say if we were listening, means listening to the prophets, or if we were thinking, we would not have been put here. So it means that even those people, if they had listened to their aql, because it doesn't mean to listen to aql of someone else. So aql is hujjah and never betrays. Aql can be silenced, can be defeated in the sense that you don't give him power, you don't give him control, but aql is always in the right condition. But the way that Ghazali had put it, maybe we disagree, but the idea is good, that some souls are so much, unfortunately, used to do bad things that Aql cannot stop them. Now we have the third type, which is the last part of this discussion. Al-Qalbu Thalis. This is the last line on page 84. Al-Qalbu Thalith, the third type of heart, Qalbun Tabdu fi Khawatirul Hawa, is a heart in which occurrences, ideas which are based on Hawa, on the lower desires of nafs, come. So there is such coming of bad ideas, bad thoughts. فَتَدْعُوهُ إِلَى الشَّرِّ, invites him or calls him towards bad. But فَيَلَّحَقُهُ خَاطِرُ الْإِيمَانِ, but it is not one-sided. It's not like the second type. It's something in between. Okay, so after bad thought, then good thought comes. Khatirul Iman, opposite to Khatirul Hawa. So instead of ideas which are coming from lower desires, ideas which are based on Iman come. فَيَدْعُوهُ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ, invites him towards good. So now you have two invitations, two calls. فتنبعث النفس بشهوتها إلى نصرة خاطر الشر. Soul would be motivated to help that bad idea. فتقوي الشهوة. So nafs strengthens that rims الشهوة. وتحسن التمتع والتنعم. It says it's very good, you should enjoy yourself. Get the pleasure, enjoy yourself. But فينبعث العقل إلى خاطر الخير. But aql is moved and motivated to go towards good. ويدفع في وجه الشهوة, and defends against attack of shahwa. ويقبح فعلها, says why you are doing this bad thing. وينسبها إلى الجهل, says this is ignorance. You should not just enjoy yourself by doing this bad thing. ويشبهها بالبهيمة والسبع. Aql says this nafs, which is following shahwa, it's like animals, like bahaim. Bahaim means animals, or sabo means wild animals. You know, you sometimes may see this battle inside you. There is a pressure from nafs to do something bad, but then you would start talking to yourself that this is not good, this is like an animal. Why, I do this, or why I think of doing this. يشبهها بالبهيمة والسبع في تهجمها على الشر. When an animal, or especially a wild animal, finds a food which is delicious, quickly is triggered. Yeah? Animals are triggered when they have something that instinctively they love. Yeah? So if there is a cat, of course, I hope my understanding is correct, but it seems that if there is a cat and sees there is a rat, would go after it automatically. It doesn't take the cat any time to think and, discuss it with other cats. Maybe this rat, has a family, maybe we can find, someone who is single. No. Just is triggered and attacks. So, are we supposed to be like animals? That, for example, a customer comes to our shop. We say, we should sell him expensively, not knowing maybe this poor person is in need of this money. Even if you want to cheat, don't cheat people who are, poor and needy. Of course, you shouldn't cheat with anyone, but, at least a little bit be more careful. Of course, I don't recommend cheating, but I'm saying that it shouldn't be like animal, that every person is like a toma, like a prey that they attack and they want to take. في تهجمها على الشر. Animals, especially wild animals, sabo, they attack whenever there is an opportunity. Here is shar, something that gives them pleasure. وقلة اكتراثها بالعواقب. Animals don't bother that much about the ends of the affairs. عاقبة الأمر. Yeah?
Which page are we on?
Page 85.
85, fourth line.
Sometimes, for example, a food is delicious. We don't think, it's good for my health or it's not good for my health. We eat it. And afterwards, then we may think, maybe it was not good. But we have already finished the food. This is like animal. قِلَّةَ اكْتِرَاثِهَا بِالْعَوَاقِبِ doesn't think about the ends of the affairs. فَتَمِيلُ النَّفْسِ. So now we have this conflict. 2 invitations, 2 calls. فَتَمِيلُ النَّفْسِ إِلَى نُصْحِ الْعَقْلِ. Here, because Aql is still powerful, makes good invitation, and says, if you do this, you become like animals. So Nafs inclines towards advice of Aql. فَيَحْمِلُ الشَّيْطَانِ حَمْلَةً عَلَى الْعَقْلِ. Then, so far was internal. Now we have Shaitan from outside, sees that this Nafs is being defeated by Aql, so says, let me attack Aql. Like one innocent person and what oppressor they are fighting, then someone comes and wants to help the oppressor. So Shaitan attacks Aql. وَيُقَوِّي دَاعِيَةَ الْهَوَى. The one which was inviting for following lower desires is strengthened by Shaitan. Okay? يقول ما هذا التحرج البارد. Why you are putting yourself in difficulty? لما تمتنع عن هواك. Why you refuse to satisfy your desires? فتؤذي نفسك. Why you annoy yourself? Enjoy yourself. Now you are young, you must enjoy yourself. Look at other people, they are enjoying themselves. هل ترى أحدا من أهل عصرك يخالف هواه. Do you see any person in this age resisting against his or her desires? Everyone is enjoying himself. Why you are trying to be different? هل ترى أحدا من أهل عصرك يخالف هواه. Do you see anyone from your time that would disobey his or her appetites, lower desires? So next time you don't want to do something bad, and this comes to your mind, that other people are doing this, you realize that's from Shaitan. Okay? أو يترك غرضه. Is there anyone in your, for example, age, in this world today, that would not go after what he or she wants? أفتترك ملاذ الدنيا لهم فَيَتَمَتَّعُونَ فِيهَا. Are you leaving all the pleasures of dunya for them? Why you don't enjoy? If you don't do it, someone else will do it. Why you are making it difficult for yourself? So you become mahroom, you become deprived and shaqi. You become, unfortunate. Mat'uban. You are make tiring yourself. يَضْحَكُ عَلَيْكَ أَهْلُ الزَّمَانِ. Everyone is going, in the parties, university, for example, when you live in dorm or, university, everyone is going to party, enjoying, laughing till midnight. You are going to your room alone. Why? Everyone is going to say, you are, out-fashioned. Or يَضْحَكُ عَلَيْكَ أَهْلُ الزَّمَانِ أَتُرِيدُ أن يزيد منصبك على فلان وفلان? Do you want to be better than those people who are like you and they do all these things? قد فعلوا مثل ما اشتهيت ولم يمتنعوا. Look, there are other people that they do this. Do you want to be better than them? أما ترى, and then it gets even more difficult if you see that maybe some ulama are also doing that. أما ترى العالم الفلاني ليس يحترز عن فعل ذلك. You don't see even that alim or Jose student is also doing this. وَلَوْ كَانَ ذَلِكَ شَرًّا لَمْ تَنَعَ عَنْهُ. If it was bad, he would have also not done it. So they do it because it's not bad. You must also do it. فَتَمِيلُ النَّفْسِ إِلَى الشَّيْطَانِ. So nafs was inclining towards aql. Shaitan brings these ideas, and now nafs inclines towards shahwa and towards shaitan.
Sure.
Yes.
These ideas that Shaitan is bringing, is he bringing them to the nafs or to the aql?
He brings to nafs and makes nafs rebel against aql. وَتَنْقَلِبُ إِلَيْهِ. Nafs would be turning towards shaitan. فَيَحْمِلُ الْمَلَكِ. Then angel comes. So we had bad occurrence, then good occurrence. This person was going towards aql. Shaitan comes and takes him towards himself. Now angel comes. You know, one of the things in this world is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would not let one side completely take over. The battle between haq and batil remains. Sometimes one side becomes stronger, sometimes another, but never one side will be fully defeated till we reach the end of this world. And also when it comes to the calls and invitations and pressures, never one side would be able to completely silence the other side. So if there is an age like our age that there are so many satanic voices and pressures, you must be sure that there would be also many divine inspirations and assistance coming. But inside us, of course, maybe we give all our heart to one side. That's another issue. So it's only in human being that maybe one can take over. But in the whole creation, never bad forces can take over.
At the time of Imam Zamana, we have the narration that it will be Qalba all over the world. So what kind of Qalba that will be?
Of bad?
Bad will be under the Qalba of Imam Zamana, of the government of Imam Zamana. And you said that the good and bad will be there, sometime one overcome.
Yeah.
So what kind of, and what's the strength and of these?
In end of time, before Imam Zaman comes, my understanding is that shar would be very strong quantity-wise. So shar would seem everywhere, more in number, more maybe in weapons, more maybe in money. Shar.
Yeah, that's what I mean. More than now in our time.
More than haq. I'm not saying, maybe now we are approaching that part.
Yeah.
But khair would be very strong in quality. So my understanding is that when we move towards Akhir al-Zaman, both Shar and Khair would reach their peak. You would have the best people at that time and the worst people at that time. The worst weapons of shaitan and the best weapons of haqq. But when it comes to comparing them, both of them are at the peak. When you come to comparison, in quantity, Shar would have an upper hand. In quality, Khair. And Akhir al-Zaman is when quality wins over quantity. This is my understanding. Yeah.
Sheikh,
Yes.
why is it that you said you can't have complete share? I mean, like one side can't completely take over the other. Is that something to do with absoluteness or?
Because there must be always test. If there is only shaitan and satanic forces, this is not fair. If everything is good and positive, again, this is not a test. So to be a test needs to have both sides. Maybe one side becomes stronger, maybe the other side, but both would remain. In the world, never ever think that falsehood can completely take over. Never ever also expect that falsehood will totally stop. This will go along with each other till we reach the complete, defeat of falsehood with the truth.
Does that mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has, not, I don't want to say interfere, but enables for that situation to occur? So in other words, he's ensuring that complete falsehood is not there.
Yeah. So he doesn't let shaitan and his people take over. Okay? He would always help people who want to be guided. He would always send light to this world. If they are doing too much of corruption, then Allah also would inspire generously. Therefore, I believe in the darkest night, you can have a strongest flash of light. So, even when it comes to understanding Quran, getting, inspiration from Quran, maybe in our time, if we sincerely and humbly and equipped with, of course, knowledge, we go to Quran, we can get some guidance from Quran that people in the past they were not receiving. Because they were not being challenged like we are challenged. Do you understand? It's like, for example, very simple example. Suppose we give someone who is living in a hot climate AC. We say, this AC helps you not to be dying out of heat. But then, when the temperature is a little hot, we show him how to use it to reach a moderate temperature. Then a time comes that it becomes much hotter. We say, okay, now there is a button that you can press. Then it will give you extra cool. The same AC. If it becomes hotter, we give you another instruction. So with the same machine, you can defeat heat, but we don't say this to the previous, people because they didn't need this much of, So by the passage of time, we release more guidance to the people. Yes.
You mentioned something interesting, that nobody really falls completely, or until that they're not dead. They have the chance to come back and so forth. From what I understood, or
no,
they're not completely.
No, I said about the whole situation in the world. But for people, individuals, maybe one individual gives full control to shaitan and his heart is sealed. That's another person.
You mean
But I'm talking about
right and wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Can we use the same AC example for Aqidatul Bada as well? That something was given before, but not completely, and later on it changed or kind of nasir and giving some extra. Can we use this example for Bada?
In the case of Bada, no change happens. Change is just discovered, introduced.
Okay.
So I already know what I want to do, but keep it hidden from you. You think I want to do something else. And then when the time comes, I mention my final decision. You think it might have changed my mind, but I have not changed my mind. Yes.
Maulana, you said that after Zaman, the Imam need quality, not quantity.
Yes.
My idea that Imam need both.
Yes.
Like Sulaiman alayhi salam, like the Qarnayn, quality and quantity.
Sure. But I didn't say Imam doesn't need quantity. I said the party of falsehood would have more quantity if you count their people, if you count their money, if you count their weapons. Quantity is in their favor. Party of Imam has quantity, but not like them. But when it comes to quality, they are stronger. So maybe population is more in their favor. But when it comes to intellect, to taqwa, to understanding, to commitment, then it's in their favor. So certainly you need some quantity, but it's not as equal as, the other people, have. Even I think today we can somehow sense this. Some people may think our world today is very bad, very negative, But I think our world today, despite all the problems, is becoming better and better. And one of the aspects of, positivity of the world today is that ideas are able today to overcome quantities. If you have a very good idea today, you can be successful more than before. In the past, if you wanted to be successful, it was a matter of how many soldiers you have, or for example, how many shops you open, how many employees you have. But today, you can have nothing, just good idea and succeed. This is, I think, a sign of moving towards Imam Zaman's time. Of course, it's not yet finished because depending, who has the ideas. Bad ideas are good, but it's by itself a success that humanity can succeed without many people or many money or, equipments. You can be one person and then all over the world they know you. And you can have millions of people and remain unknown. Now in the battle of ideas, they don't count, how many people, follow you on the ground. So I think it's a positive thing. Of course, we have to be, because it's still the middle of the race. You cannot relax, but it's a good opportunity. Now you can be sitting here and hope that if you have something good, some good idea, your idea can reach all over the world. This is a good thing. Yeah.
I think the example you said Hassan Nasrullah, for example, the way he defeated the Israeli army, and Imam Khomeini, the way he brought up the whole revolution. I think these are the good things that have happened, and they're improving it. If I'm wrong, or this is the way I look at it. Maybe it's too political. I think that's how it is, isn't it? That's how the world is, isn't it?
Alhamdulillah, there are so many, I think, good things happening. And there are, also, of course, tragedies also happening, but I think many good things are also happening. And seems people are becoming more understanding.
Yes.
It's very important. Maybe when you look at actions, you don't, find that many positive signs. But if you go a little bit deeper, you see people really love, justice, love dignity, So inshallah, things are going to improve. So, what is here is Shaitan manages to bring this person closer to himself. فَتَمِيلُ النَّفْسِ إِلَى الشَّيْطَانِ وَتَنْقَلِبُ إِلَيْهِ فَيَحْمِلُ الْمَلَكِ حَمْلَةً عَلَى الشَّيْطَانِ. So Shaitan attacked Aql, angel comes, attacks Shaitan. فَيَقُولُ هَلَّ هَلَكَ إِلَّا مَنِ اتَّبَعَ لَذَّةَ الْحَالِ وَنَسِيَ الْعَاقِبَةِ. Shaitan was saying, you must enjoy why you leave this for other people. But angel says, is anyone destroyed except because of just going after pleasures and forgetting aqibah, the end of the affairs? Anyone who has been defeated, it's because they were not careful about aqibatul amr. Any student who forgets that there is one day for exam and just enjoys himself will be defeated, would fail. Any student who says, now I cannot fully enjoy myself, by, resting or, going to watch games or play games, I have to study. He thinks about aqibatul amr, he would succeed. أَفَتَقْنَعُ بِاللَّذَّةٍ يَسِيرَةٍ وَتَتْرُكُ لَذَّةَ الْجَنَّةِ. Are you content with a little pleasure and you are leaving aside the pleasure of heaven? وَنَعِيمَهَا أَبَدَ الْآبَادِ. The blessings and the bounties of heaven which are going to be forever. Are you selling such eternal blessings to temporary blessing or pleasure of dunya? أم تستثقل ألم الصبر عن شهوتك ولا تستثقل ألم النار. Are you taking the pain of patience of not going after your desires? You remember sabr has three types. As-sabru ala ta'ah, as-sabru anil ma'siyah, as-sabru ala al-musibah. One type of sabr is as-sabru anil ma'siyah, as-sabru anil shahwa. You are patient with respect to bad pleasure, with respect to ma'siyah. So, there is a pain. You really want something. There is a pain of not going after it. But are you taking this pain as a big pain and the pain of being punished in hell? You say, it's okay, I can manage it. How can you manage that? أتغتر بغفلة الناس عن أنفسهم? Also, are you deceiving yourself by saying, because those people who are careless, they do this, I also want to do that? They are in ghafla, they are heedless. And actually maybe they are excused because they are heedless. But you are thinking about this. So you are awake, you are alert. You have no excuse. بغفلة الناس عن أنفسهم واتباعهم هواهم ومساعدتهم للشيطان. If those people are helping shaitan, are you letting yourself to be deceived because of them? مع أن عذاب النار. This is very important thing. Very obvious, but I think many times we forget this. أن عذاب النار لا يخفف عنك بمعصية غيرك. The punishment of fire would not be reduced because of other people also sinning. You shouldn't think that if there are other people who go to hell, then your azab would be reduced. So even if thousands of people are doing the same thing, it doesn't give you an excuse to do it. Yeah? It's a psychological thing, but it's a mistake. Psychologically, you think that when a suffering is for many people, then you would have less pain. But this is not true. This is not true. Because even if millions of people suffer, for example, if someone puts us in fire and I am suffering, then he puts a second person into fire, would my suffering and pain be reduced? It will not be reduced. Yes, if you are such a bad person that when you are fired, you are being suffering for two things. Why I am suffering and why they are not suffering. Yes, this suffering can stop when you see other people also are being burned. But this is for vicious people. It's not going to reduce your pain. Do you get my point? So, he says, أن عذاب النار لا يخفف عنك بمعصية غيرك. Sinning of other people is not going to reduce your punishment. Then he makes an example. He says, أرأيت لو كنت في صيف. Suppose it's summer, very hot summer. And all people are standing under heat of the sun. وقف الناس كلهم في الشمس. Okay, it's hot summer. Like sometimes, getting some 40 degrees, 50 degrees. In some countries, it goes above 50. وَكَانَ لَكَ بَيْتٌ بَارِدٌ. So everyone is under sun. They don't have any shadow, any roof, any air conditioning. And you have a cool place. So, what do you do in this condition? Would you say, okay, they are under heat of the sun, I leave this cool place and I also go there under heat of the sun? Do you expose yourself to the heat of sun? Or you would try to keep yourself in that cool place? So if there are many people being suffering by fire, why you want to join them? Why, in this case, you prefer to disagree with them? They want to burn themselves under heat. They don't want to go anywhere else. They want to remain there. Okay, let them be there. You are not going to join them. Why, when it comes to the heat of the fire of Jahannam, you say, there are many people there, I want to join them?
But wouldn't you want to invite them into the pool house?
Yes, but they say we want to be here. Of course, everyone is welcome to be, not in fire, but they are people who say we want to be there. Okay, let them be where they want. This is not giving you an excuse to say, because there are many people there, I want also to be with them. So, when angel brings these positive thoughts, فَإِنَّ ذَلِكَ تَمِيلُ النَّفْسِ إِلَىٰ قَوْلِ الْمَلَكِ. Now, again, the soul makes a U-turn. Now goes towards Malak, the angel. فَلَا يَزَالْ الْقَلْبِ يَتَرَدَّدُ بَيْنَ الْجُنْدَيْنِ. Constantly, for this group, the third group, and most of people actually might be in the third group, the heart constantly is going between these two armies. مُتَجَاذِبًا بَيْنَ الْحِزْبَيْنِ, goes between these two parties. Sometimes this party attracts, sometimes the other party attracts. إِلَىٰ أَنْ يَغْلِبَ عَلَى الْقَلْبِ مَنْ هُوَ أَوْلَىٰ بِهِ. But finally, what may overcome and become predominant is those qualities that are strong in the heart. So if you have good qualities, if you have virtues in the heart that help in favor of Aql and Malak. If we have vicious qualities, that would be working in favor of Shaitan and Shahwa and Hawa. Okay? إن كانت الصفات التي في القلب الغالب عليها الصفات الشيطانية. If those qualities which are in the heart, the majority of them are satanic, qalb moves towards Shaitan and turns away from the party of Allah and His friends. But إن كان الغالب على القلب الصفات الملكية. But if what is predominant is angelic qualities, then qalb would not listen to Shaitan and would not follow the encouragement of Shaitan. He goes towards the party of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and he would show obedience according to the qadha and qadar. Of course, as we said, because Ghazali is Ash'ari, so he brings qadha and qadar, many times. We believe in qadha and qadar, but not in the way that would limit our freedom. Our freedom is part of qadha and qadar. Then he says, قلب المؤمن بين أصبعين من أصابع الرحمن. Between two fingers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, means it's very much changing and being transformed. Of course, we say this is Tawhid Af'ali, but again, you are free. We can say it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who transforms the heart, but it's you, based on your choice, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would make this decision. بين تجاذب هذين الحزبين وهو الغالب على القلوب. And this is what is very much happening to the hearts, that they move from one side to the other side. أما الثبات على الدوام مع حزب الملائكة أو حزب الشياطين فنادر. But to be always with angels and in the party of angels, or to be always in the party of Shaitan, this is very rare. Most of people are in between. Okay? They are receiving both signals. And then this is why having good friends, having good associates becomes very important. One of the best things for improving ourselves is to be with good people, good friends, good community, good teachers, good colleagues can really pave the way. Without feeling that much pressure, you always get inspired. Even you don't notice sometimes how much a good friend can inspire you and even protect you from shaitan. I don't know if you have this experience. When you are alone, bad ideas come more to you. Or if you are with bad people. But if you are with good people, automatically many of bad ideas don't come to you. Just their presence is like a shelter. So, we should try, inshallah, to find good people and try to be with them. It's very important. This is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ittaqullah wa kunu ma'as sadiqin. Although taqwa is, the main thing. But even to achieve taqwa and to maintain taqwa, we need to be with good people, with the truthful people. In this way,
Nadir, what does Nadir mean?
nadir means rare.
Yeah?
Rare.
Rare.
Rare, yeah.
Rare.
Yeah, means not common. Uncommon. This is our last session in this semester. And Alhamdulillah, Kitabul Qalb finished. So we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all His blessing, especially the blessing of being able to study. And we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to purify our hearts and make our hearts full of light of His ma'rifah and His love, and enable us to taste with our heart the sweetness of knowing Him, whispering to Him, and being at His service. There would be no joy greater than knowing that you are at His service and He is pleased with you. وَرَضْوَانٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ. This is in heaven, but inshallah in dunya also can happen if you know that Allah is pleased with you. That's the greatest thing. May Allah inshallah be pleased with all of us. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.